Hi, welcome to today's edition of Ask Mike. My name is Mike Blissett, and I just want to welcome you. If you're listening to the call, welcome. It's good that you found it and you're listening to it while we're both here and live and fully present. And if you are watching it on catch up, you're more than welcome. You missed it this time. Hopefully, fingers crossed, you'll catch one live soon, so you can take part and ask questions if you want to. And today's question is really, it's something that I posted earlier on today. I had a meeting with my Mastermind group, and it's a group of fellow speakers or people that work in the speaking field, the industry, and it's a big industry. It includes some coaches and trainers and writers, and so there's a group of us, and usually 5. There's only 4 of us today. Somebody's away. And it was a really great meeting, and we got a lot done. We usually spend about, I don't know, a few hours, about 4, sometimes even 5 hours together. And it's unique, and it was great, and it's fabulous. And I got anyway, so I posted a few pictures of some of the people in my group and on Facebook, and I got quite a lot of messages within about half an hour. By the time I came out of the tube after the meeting, I went home, and I got about half a dozen messages, and they kind of boiled down to this: what's a mastermind group? That was some people, and some other people asked me, how do I find, or how do they find the right mastermind group for them? Because I think, as with many things in life, certainly how I train when I train in coaches, one thing I say is that it's not just about finding a coach, it's finding the right coach for you. And equally, when you're a coach, it's not just about finding a client, it's finding the right client for you if you're a coach. And the same goes for mastermind groups. All are not equal, all are not the same. And it is about finding the right one, the right fit for you. And so I'm going to look at this in 2 parts. Number one, what is a mastermind group? Because at this point, we're, I don't know, 2 minutes into the Facebook Live. And if you don't know what one is, you might be still thinking, well, what's Mike talking about? So to begin, I remember this, but I just did a quick check on the internet. The writer of Think and Grow Rich, a brilliant guy called Napoleon Hill, which if you haven't yet read his book, I'm guessing if you're watching this video, you probably have read it already, or at least have a concept of it. Think and Grow Rich, fantastic book, 1936 or 37 or something, many years ago, still incredibly even relevant today. Great book. Napoleon Hill wrote something else before that in I think it's about 1920, early 1920s, I think, and it was called The Law of Success. And it was in that book that he coined this phrase, mastermind group. And then, but as I say, he was talking about bigger concepts, and it wasn't until he came back to Think and Grow Rich 15 or so years later that he actually expanded on that. And that kind of, it's still relevant today. What he suggested was that it's a peer-to-peer mentoring concept used to help members solve their problems with input and advice from other group members. So a peer-to-peer mentoring concept used to help members solve their problems with input and advice from other group members. Now, this is not a workshop. There is not necessarily a leader with a flip chart and a PowerPoint, though there could be somebody running or leading the mastermind group. It depends on the group, as I say, because it's a concept of helping and advising and mentoring as well, peer-to-peer mentoring. So that's kind of interesting. Words I wrote down when I was thinking about this, when I got the messages when I came out of the tube, which is probably only about half an hour ago. This is really, really live today. Words I wrote down that when I think about mastermind groups is that these are just single words. You can take them and interpret them in a way that makes sense for you, but specific. And for me, specific is, it's not just about, as I say, finding the group. It's finding one that is relevant to you, that's meaningful for you, and that can be of help to you. I think that's really important. That is a right fit. I'll come back to that in a moment. Also, that it is a collection of the right people, not necessarily people you feel completely comfortable or too comfortable with, because that can just be that can descend into a kind of hanging out with each other kind of group. And it's good to be able to hang out with your mastermind group, and it's also good to be stretched by them as well. So comfortable, but not too comfortable. That's the way we describe that there. So the right people, and we'll kind of maybe come back to that a little bit as well. And also a group where for the major part, the members of the group are there to take action. So whilst we might sometimes feel stuck or lost or freewheel or coast or whatever phrase or where you might be in a mastermind group, at some point it is about taking action. Otherwise it's just it's either been a workshop, a training session, or a hanging out with friends kind of thing. So it is about doing something different. That's the whole point of having a mastermind group. And then the final word I put down was support. And that these people will be in your corner. They will be in your corner if you need them to come with you to a book launch or to a networking event that you kind of just feel a little bit out of your depth in, or you just want some friendly faces in the room. If you want some help with your website or copy or pictures or video, or getting a referral or brainstorming. I mean, these are all ways that a mastermind group can support you and the people that are in your mastermind group. Just to say, when I said I'd come back to this, the right fit and also the right people. I've been in a few mastermind groups. I haven't got a collection of them. I haven't been in like 23 or 47 of them or anything. I haven't been in that many mastermind groups, but I have been in, I think I've been in 3. The first one was a few years ago, and I was a relatively new coach, and I just thought I should be in a mastermind group. Somebody kind of sold me the whole concept of it. I paid them a lot of money, and suddenly there were, I think at the most there were about 28 or 29 people in the room, almost 30 people in the room. And we spent a day together, and the people were great, and it was very nice there were some lovely people there, but equally with that many people in the room, the dynamics change. It's not a mastermind group anymore. It's a training session or it's a workshop, but it's not a mastermind group. A mastermind group is where everybody's voice is in the room, everybody's voice, issue, challenge, whatever you want to call it, different times, different meetings, is heard. And when you get to a certain number, that becomes difficult, or it just doesn't happen. And I used to come away from this mastermind meeting. It was in person, face to face, as the one was today that I met in central London. And I'd come away from these sessions, I'd say this one a few years ago, just completely, at various stages, disempowered, disenchanted, angry, frustrated, wound up, because I'd waited to have my turn. I needed to share something, and there wasn't an opportunity. And so whilst I listened to some other great people, and there were some great people there, and they're all lovely people, my learning was that for me at least, as I say, it's not just about finding a mastermind group, it's finding the right one for you. That wasn't the right one for me. It obviously was for some others because they got a lot from it, and that was great. It just wasn't my thing. It wasn't the right one for me. So I left that one. The second group I'm in, and it's the smallest mastermind group I've ever been in. It's me and one other person, and it's somebody I met when I was training at an event about 5 years ago, and we have met every. Sometimes the day changes. It's usually a Wednesday or a Thursday, but at the moment it's every Thursday in the afternoon on Skype. Pretty much every Thursday of the year, and it's just it's an incredible sharing of ideas. My partner in the mastermind group, he is very technical. He lives on the other side of the world, so hence Skype. And he's very technical. He's very detailed. I'm very. I like bigger picture, brainstorming, dreaming. So I'm very bigger picture, and I don't particularly go for the detail. I can do detail, but it's not my natural place. Whereas my mastermind partner is completely detail, and we complement each other really well in our mastermind group. So that's another mastermind group. Admittedly, it's a very small one. It's 2 people, and it works perfectly. And we haven't run out of things to talk about, to challenge each other on, and we have some great conversations. So that's another type of mastermind group I was with. And then the one today is with, as I say, today there were 3 other people there. There's usually 4. One is out of the country traveling, and so we are all speakers, but we're all different types of speakers. So some of us are trainers, some of us are coaches, some of us are writers, and we use speaking within some concept or aspects of that, and so we help and support each other within those areas. So when I say it's about a right fit and the right people, just think about what it would be for you. What would you want to join a mastermind group for? And a mastermind group isn't just a one-off meeting, because that's just a one-off meeting. It is what it is. It's something that would usually be longer term, medium to longer term. And I would say when I've committed to a mastermind group, and as I say, I've committed to 3 in my life so far. They've been the first one was for about 9 months. It was meant to be a year, and I had to withdraw because it just wasn't right for me. And so it freed up time. It freed up a day a month. It was worthwhile for me. The second one, after 5 years, I'm still in it, and the third one with my speaker friends. We've been meeting now for about 5 months or something, and we are going to different levels each time. It's just great. It's really great. It's really good. So just thinking about for you, what would it be that you would want to bring to or get out of working with a mastermind group? And again, typical ones that I've heard of, and sometimes mastermind groups invite speakers or trainers or experts in to give a mini kind of bespoke talk or session for the masterminders. And I've spoken at a few meetings, and sometimes I get a speaker in who is an expert coach, or somebody who's just written a book, or somebody who's a particular specialist in some aspect of business or whatever. And so just think about, what would it be that if you were in a mastermind group and you would want to get something that would help you in your business, in your career, in your life, what would that be? And that would give you an indication on what kind of a mastermind group you would want to to be with. Um, I'm just thinking, because I really, really like mastermind groups, I'm thinking that I want to recreate for myself on my own terms a mastermind group beginning next year in January, probably in January. But I want to learn what I learned from the one that didn't work, and to recreate it in 2017 kind of image, and it be something I put together so that it worked. So that there would be a maximum 6 to 8 people. I mean, probably more like 5 or 6, but really a small amount of people that would meet regularly, that we would probably meet face to face. But if people happen to be in different countries or different cities, there is technology, and that's fine. I've done both face to face and Skype or FaceTime if you're on a Mac, groups, and they both work great. So that's something I'm thinking of putting together for next year. But I'm a real big believer in the right fit, the right people, and a kind of coming together, a marrying of the interests. Because one of the aspects of a successful mastermind group is that it's not just the person whose mastermind group it is who brought the people together, who effectively runs it and schedules the meetings, but equally, when it really gels, the other people around the table, around the call, are all experts as well, and they will be sharing their voice and their ideas and their advice and their skill. So it really is a coming together of ideas. So again, going back to the Napoleon Hill concept of what a mastermind group is, a peer-to-peer mentoring concept used to help members solve their problems with input and advice from other group members. So I just want to put this out there. I haven't thought about marketing this, and I might just let some people know that I know. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do this, really, because the numbers will be really, really small, 5 or 6 people. I'm going to be starting a new mastermind group. There will be an investment involved, and it is by application only. And that's not to get smart and have scarcity value and all the other stuff. If you're into marketing, you know what I'm talking about there. It's not for that reason. The reason there will be an application is just to make sure that it's the right fit, the right people, there is some sort of a specificity that we're all coming together on a reasonably similar page, or at least on the similar, or should I say, on the same pitch. So we're playing a similar game. We all want to either expand our business or move into whatever it would be. So we're all on a similar kind of a pitch, playing a similar game. So it's specific. It's a right fit of people as well. So if this is something you are interested in, as with the people that messaged me when I put the picture on Facebook today, message me about this. If you've got my email address, if you're on my mailing list, you'll have my email address. Email me. If you don't have my email address, just send me a message on Facebook. If you want to find out more about the mastermind group that I'll be beginning in the new year. So in January, probably starting sometime in January, there is an application, and that application will begin with your message, with your email, what you want to get out of being a member of a mastermind. So what it is about you, what you do, what you plan to do, what you want to achieve, what kind of people you want to hang out with. Tell me about it, because it is very much about putting that magical group of people together. And with this one, there will be as I say, there will be an investment, and it will be quite an investment, because I just want people who are really, really in it for the long term, so at least a year. And part of the reason for the investment is that we'll be meeting in some really nice places. And I would ideally like it to be face-to-face. And I will be inviting some experts in to spend some unique time with us. The kind of people that don't usually do that. I want them. I want to get them. And so if you're interested, let me know. Message me, email me, and we'll see what we can do. So that's it for this time. Hopefully you've got some cool ideas. At least you know what a mastermind group is now, and if one might be something that you are looking to join. And just to say, one thing that most people I've ever talked to that have been members of Mastermind say is that they can plot their kind of treading water years with the crazy successful years alongside when they have been by themselves and when they've been members of mastermind groups. It's that almost like black and white. It can be that significant. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with you. And so if you've enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up. Say that you like the video. And if you have any questions you want me to address and cover in the next edition of Ask Mike, please message me, put a comment below this video, email me, whatever works for you. Just feel free to get in touch. You're more than welcome. I'd love to answer your questions. And if you do want to get in touch with me for whatever reason, again, message me, email me, you're more than welcome. And if you're watching this video, or you do watch this video on my Facebook page, please scroll to the top, right at the top of the page here, and click the like button so that it grows the reach of the page, because it's nice and I like it. So that what that means is that when I post something, I'll post a link to something or do another Facebook live video, you'll get a little kind of message pop up on your Facebook box to say, hey, Mike's just gone live, hey, Mike's just posted this or whatever. And it just helps us to keep in touch that way. So there you go. So wherever you are in the world, I always finish up with this, wherever you are in the world, and I know we've got some people in lots of different countries, wherever you are, whatever time of day it is or night is for you, it's just, I don't know, it's evening here in London. I don't even know what time it is, about 6 o'clock or something, I guess, something like that. Whatever time it is, hope you're having a good day, hope you've had a good day, I hope you will have a good day, and I'm sending you my very best wishes from here in a freezing cold London, and I hope it's not too long before we talk again soon. So I'm sending you best wishes, take care.